In 1961, three identical triplets, Robert Shafran, Eddy Galland, and David Kellman, were born in New York, only to be secretly separated at birth and placed into different adoptive families. For 19 years, they had no idea the others existed, until a bizarre twist of fate reunited them, turning them into overnight celebrities. But their miraculous story hid a dark, unethical secret. They were part of a twisted psychological experiment that manipulated their lives without consent. Their bond, their trauma, and the haunting aftermath, including one triplet's tragic suicide, exposed a scandal that shook the world. This is the full, unbelievable, true story behind the hit documentary, Three Identical Strangers, a tale of brotherhood, betrayal, and the cruel cost of science. Buckle up, this one gets wild. The triplets were born to a young Jewish immigrant mother, who placed them for adoption through Louise Wise Services, a New York agency. Unknown to her or the adoptive parents, the boys were part of a covert study led by prominent psychiatrist Dr. Peter Neubauer. The goal? To study nature versus nurture by separating identical siblings and placing them in homes with varying incomes, parenting styles, and environments. The adoptive families were never told their child had siblings. In January 1980, Robert Shafran arrived at Sullivan County Community College, only to be greeted like an old friend. Students hugged him, called him Eddie, and insisted he'd attended the year before. Confused, Robert tracked down Eddy Galland, and when they met, they were stunned. They were identical twins. News of their reunion went viral, leading David Kellman, living just 50 miles away, to see their faces on TV and realize he was the third triplet. The brothers, now 19, met in a tearful, euphoric reunion. The media went wild. The triplets appeared on Donahue, The Today Show, and even in Madonna's movie Desperately Seeking Susan. They opened a restaurant called Triplets in New York, capitalizing on their fame. They laughed at their eerie similarities. All three loved wrestling, smoked the same cigarettes, and had similar speech patterns, despite growing up apart. As they dug into their past, they uncovered the horrifying truth. They were intentionally separated as part of Neubauer's study. Other separated twins, like Elise Shine and Paula Bernstein, later came forward, revealing the same nightmare. The study, funded by a secretive organization, tracked them for years, with researchers posing as family friends to observe them. The adoptive parents were never told, and the study's findings were never published, likely due to ethical outrage. The psychological toll was devastating. Eddie, who struggled with depression, died by suicide in 1995. Robert and David, though still close, carried lifelong scars from the experiment. The 2018 documentary Three Identical Strangers exposed the full story, sparking debates on ethics in science, adoption secrecy, and human rights. To this day, the full records remain sealed until 2066, leaving many questions unanswered. How many other separated twins are out there? Why did the researchers hide the truth? What did they discover, and why was it buried? This isn't just a story of brothers reunited, it's a real-life horror story of science gone wrong. Thanks for watching, stay safe and be careful out there.